Somebody's gonna hurt someone before the night is through. Somebody's gonna come undone. There's nothing we can do. What are the humans doing?
No James Bond nonsense. Subversion is the term, if you look in a dictionary or criminal code, is explained as an activity to destroy.
Do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demanding more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spinning you lies, but no one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in the mobiles, signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile. Yeah.
You cannot subvert an enemy which doesn't want to be subverted. Starting from Hollywood movie makers to professors of political science, the rest, 85%, is always subversion. But according to the law and law enforcement systems of the Western civilization, it's not a crime. The United States is a receptive target of subversion.
They fabricate our problems and pretend to provide the best solution, but we all know they lied. They lied about the weapons and they lied about health. They lied about the fact that they're transferring the wealth. You should really notice how they're pushing the fear. Keep everybody terrified and not thinking clear. Yeah.
Things like religion, government system, political, economical system of a country. Manipulation of terms. We think that subverter is a person who is going to blow up our beautiful bridges. Subverter is a student who comes for exchange, a diplomat, an actor, an artist, a journalist like myself, and easily observable if you give yourself time and trouble to observe it.
Said, do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demanding more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spinning you lies, but no one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in the mobiles, signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile.
It means always a destructive, aggressive activity aimed to destroy the country, nation, or geographical area of your enemy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chilling with Sasquatch. We've got Embers back here somewhere. Let's see if we can get her up here. Hey! You are muted today.
Hey, I know I did that. I always do that because sometimes I never know what is going to be going on around me when I go on with you. So,
She's
but
a good
I should be
girl.
good.
Good
I
girl.
try. I try.
There
I
you
try
go.
so hard. Mm. How are
Talk
you?
is really old stuff like crackers. And that's
Crackers are good though.
All right, so did you check out and see what it was about, what we're doing tonight?
No, I just happened to catch it real quick. Like I saw something about life in prison and then killer on camera, and I'm like, wait a minute, who's the killer?
It's one of these nut jobs. You'll see.
And life in prison, what a buzzkill, Papa. I'm just saying.
Are you going to continue poking me? I mean, I'm not against the concept, but it's a little invasive. I mean, I didn't
Yeah,
like it
I
when
was
the
just,
alien.
that's up for debate.
No, I didn't like it when the aliens did it at all. Not even a little bit. Let's see. How about some of this? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's do this.
No, yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
About that,
Yes.
chat.
Yeah.
You prefer this? I've got a couple. That one, of course. There's this one, which is like everybody's.
When dumb people think they're above the law.
You can do these.
I don't. Okay. I've never seen you do that one before.
I don't really like this one because it covers up the words. I prefer this because this keeps the subtitles clear and you can see 99.9% of the screen, and it's not so terrible small that you can't make out what's going on. You know.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm
what
glad
we
I'm
have
not
here
the only one that does that.
is
So what was this about?
when
We're looking at
dumb
body
people
cam footage.
when dumb people think they're above the law. What's up, Snarkus? It's good to see you, man. Basically, a super Karen or a super Darren gets pulled over, and they're like, my cousin's third cousin's previous owner's cat was a cop. You can't arrest me. You know these people.
Right.
You know what I'm talking
Right.
about?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not going to jail because I said so. Basically, like, no, how it works. Like, you can't arrest me. Why not? I mean, they don't.
Okay. In fairness to the other side of that, if you've ever been in a situation where, hopefully most of you haven't been in a situation where you've had to interact with the law, and then you, for some dumbass reason, say some like stupid shit like that, but then it works for you. This will lead to the thought process that this will happen every time you do that, and that is not the case. But that does happen. Like I've been through that where I'm like, you know what, that worked for me last time. Let's see if it don't work this time. It doesn't always work like that.
I'm not sure I would trust anything in a uniform or in a position of power or authority in any way.
That part.
Just period. I just don't trust
Yeah.
anyone in a position of authority. I assume they're going to do what's best for themselves and screw absolutely everybody within arm's reach. So yeah, I can kind of see where these people are coming from, and I've been known to be a little pig-headed when I didn't do it. Because here's the thing: if I'm guilty, I'm a bit autistic. If I'm guilty, I'm liable to tell you I'm guilty before I realize I'm even talking. I'm like, no, I did this and that. I didn't do that other thing over there. That's not me. You need to go hang out with somebody else. Be guilty of the rest of that shit. Screw that felony. That wasn't me. It's not happening. I don't do felonies. You know what I mean? So like,
wait, you don't do felons or you don't do felony?
I just
there is a distinction.
I do not. Do you remember that scene from Liar Liar where homie screams into the phone, "Stop breaking the law, asshole"? That really it helped a lot. I pretty much quit breaking.
I'm not like everybody else.
Oh, you're special. You get to do things other people don't. Well, so does this person apparently. Let's see what
I
it
didn't
is.
Say that.
She does. He does. They do. I don't like being exclusive.
You're not required to have a license to drive, right?
You are not giving me a lawful order.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You are not the law. You are not the law.
Sovereign city. Can somebody explain to me how in the world that date got upside down on that one?
You're not required to have a license. Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Oh, damn.
Talk to me here. You know that.
I swear we're absolute
You're not required to have a
professionals.
license to drive, right?
You are not giving me a lawful order.
Squatch.
I am.
No, you're not. You are not the law. You are not the law.
Sovereign. What do you think? You think we can go with squatchaholics?
What? Yeah.
Because, you know, like a herd of Sasquatches, my minions, my followers, squatchaholics.
Squatchaholics. Yeah.
That's
I like that.
Izzy has been trying real hard to name this. She comes in with a new one every single time, and I don't remember if she did Squatchaholics or if it was Dennis. but somebody dropped
Squatchaholics,
Yeah.
squatchlets, squatchlings,
I was saying
squatchlings.
squatch for a while. That's what I was saying was squatchlings for a while. But
Squatchlings.
I don't know, maybe the squatchaholics. I think I like squatchaholics. I like that idea. It's like you did too much Sasquatch.
I was gonna say like they're way drunk on the squatch here. Way drunk on the squatch.
Over here funneling Sasquatch. OD and the Sasquatch. I like that. It has this narcissistic YouTube draw to it. Squatchaholics. I think I'm gonna go that way.
It has a nice ring to it. It suits you.
Do.
Citizens are people who believe that laws don't have to apply to them, but what happens when they commit crimes? Here are 5 shocking times when sovereign citizens realize they've been arrested, starting with PJ Pratt, who on March 26, 2018, was stopped for a possible suspended license. Once the officer approaches the car, we can see how Pratt has started recording the interaction, and instead of answering questions about himself, he starts questioning the officer instead.
How's it going, man? Say that again? Because you have a possible suspended license. You have your driver's license on you? You don't have your driver's license on you. Man, I can barely hear you.
You know what a sovereign citizen is?
Do I?
Yes. Can you define it in any way?
Yeah. Well, I could get the dictionary and define it, but it's basically a person that doesn't feel that the government laws apply to them. They're their own law and rule.
There are 2
in short form
variations of the concept. You have the Moors, who have an entire history of traveling, and they travel everywhere. They never stop. And then you have sovereign citizens. Now, a sovereign citizen is a native-born U.S. citizen who, in most cases, on some level, have disavowed their citizenship to an extent in order to become what they refer to as a free man on the land. When you are in this state of free manhood, you don't have the corporate fiction of your existence attached to yourself. If you've ever encountered press on, press now, press harder, press what's his name? Press on. I know it's press on. Anyway, he's a sovereign citizen, and it largely comes down to your interpretation of the underlying laws that our codes are based on. It's not the laws we actually follow, but the laws that define the codes that we actually use. They abide by the laws that define the code, not the actual code itself.
Right.
So in theory,
which is really complex.
Not really. It's actually quite simple. And it comes down to the concept of commerce. The codes were put in place to facilitate commerce and to regulate commerce. It never had anything to do with you driving your vehicle. However, people use their vehicle to go to work and to come home from work, and you use your vehicle to go sell drugs, and you use your vehicle to traffic drugs. And so all of this is commerce. You go buy food and you bring it home. That's commerce, right? And so if you use a highway in the US, you by default of using that highway are participating in commerce and therefore are held accountable to the laws of the land, right?
Right.
Does not apply to you if you're in a canoe. If you're in the water. Well, if you're in a canoe, yeah, of course, obviously, in the water, where the fuck are you going to do? Fly,
you're on land. Well, I mean, I'm just saying that's what actually matters is land and all that. That's where it really comes down to.
If you're on horseback or on pit pat, you don't have to have a license.
Right.
If you're riding a bicycle it wouldn't hurt you to have some form of ID, but because I mean you still can utilize the roads with a bicycle, and I'm not sure where that falls on the whole commerce question, and especially like,
well, what's the law that requires you to have, or they say allegedly, what's the law that in which people think that they have to have an ID on them. Like, what is that even about?
It just may facilitate your travel throughout the universe. That's all I'm saying. Like, sometimes that shit gets sketchy. You don't got an ID because they'll just hook your ass up, take you downtown to find out
I
who
know.
you are.
I know.
And you can't pretend like they won't. So this
Oh,
this
I know.
is running into the
I know.
issue of driving on the public streets that are paid for by the whole commerce question, all the taxes and everything that's what it pays for this road that he's on.
Right.
The regulations involved in the cars and all of the infrastructure for gas and everything, all of that crap is commerce. But he wants to say that he's not involved in commerce. He's just traveling. What's up, ATL? I'll drop you a link.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let him come in and tell you how women aren't actually people. It'd be great.
I do have my badge and ID on me.
I can't wait.
My name's Officer Stetson. Work for Pinehurst Police Department. I don't have a business card on me.
You said something else.
Yeah, that's my call. That's my call sign.
That's not your name. I need to know who you are. You need a business card.
That's who I am, right there. Got it?
Bro, I got to give the cop some dance here. He just identified the living hell out of himself. Like,
again, that's my call sign.
I'm sorry.
It's a nickname.
I can't fault a cop who's willing to give me his ID. I don't necessarily have to give him mine, but if you're driving, you pretty much do. Right?
Yeah.
What's the first thing?
They prefer that.
No.
License and registration.
The general assumption, at least in Georgia, when you get pulled over, it's never a freaking mystery. If you're pulled over by Georgia State Patrol, they have this banter that they do. It's like a planned little script. Good evening, Mr. or Mrs. whoever the fuck they think you might be. The reason that I pulled you over is, and my name is such and such, and I work for so and so, and this is where I'm from. And, you know, there's never any mystery. There's never any. This guy walks up, you have a tail light out. You have the reason for the stop is you were going 45 and a 37, you know?
Yeah. Like, okay.
That's great. I absolutely
no,
that's really makes it really difficult to have a disagreement when you never there's never any mystery. There's no misunderstanding.
Right. That's why I'm always honest with them when they ask me, where's your license or registration? I don't have one. Do you have an ID? No. Okay, so you don't have an ID? No. Do you have the registration for the vehicle? Oh, yeah, that's right here. It's in the glove box. I mean, come on.
Come on. Shit ain't got no license. Shut the hell up. Get out of here.
Pinehurst Police Department. Yes. Do you have your driver's license on you? Okay. What's your name? Sir, I'm not here to argue with you.
I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to figure out that.
That's pretty fucked up.
What's your name?
As Pratt deviates and refuses to provide his name, instead choosing to argue with the officer, a call is made to the supervisor. Seeing as this can easily escalate, he also shows the officer what appears to be a court order regarding his case, where he had previously been in a similar situation, and says exactly what you would expect from one of these people.
What are you reaching for in your bag? 10-4. For a possible suspended license. What's your first name?
You do know that you're not required to have a license to drive, right?
Yes, you are. Okay. I'm not here to argue. Yes, you are. What's your first name? What's your first name?
Yeah, you just keep talking, son. Every word you say is just another deposit in the paying bank. Just
yes, you
keep
do. Sir, I'm asking you what your name is. What's your first name?
No. Before I say anything else, anything I say now is under threat, duress, and extortion.
No, this is an investigation. It's an investigation. Stop. What's
No, he's not a woman, but I hear tell that Ember's
I'm
might
not
be
going to argue with you. Give me your name.
possibly an alien. I'm not 100% what the fuck she is, to be honest. She's
All right,
had to
if
be
you prolong this
confused this whole
anymore,
time.
I'm not required by law.
You are required by law in the state of North Carolina.
No, I'm not because
You know the little thing you sign when you get a driver's license? It's called implied consent. You know what that is?
I never signed nothing.
Because you don't have a license?
And then on top of that, sir,
How threaten you?
first you said something about if I prolong this any longer, you said something.
It's only going to be worse for you.
No, actually, it's not because I've already had a case like this where I prevailed and just like this, I have it on camera, just like this.
Uh-huh.
So I'm actually trying to help you.
Okay.
Actually,
Where was your case tried at? In Cumberland County?
and I didn't prevail. Definition of ID. I'm not required by law.
Needless
Just
to say,
drink Mountain
that
Dew and
everything
drive
this
real
guy is saying
fast.
is absolutely insane, and he's just trying
Go
to
get
evade
you a
his
Baja
responsibility.
Blast and
The
floor it.
supervisor then arrives on scene, and he is ready to deal with Pratt. He asks the officer who he is, but the supervisor does not beat around the bush, and things begin to get heated.
So all I've got so far is PJ Pratt.
Open the door.
1225.
Open no door.
I opened no doors.
Do you have a driver's license?
He's got his gloves on now.
Do you have a driver's license?
Not on me. Who
Okay,
are you?
I need your driver's license or your ID card, please.
This man's fixing to break this window.
Who are you? Let me see your business card.
Identification, please.
Like crack for him, man.
You're going.
Here we
Easy
go.
way and our way.
Oh, he's got it on there.
Uh-huh.
And done.
Pull it out.
Easy way and our way.
3.
The officer, seeing
Two.
Pratt still not comply, he warns him that he has two choices: the easy way or the hard way, where he'd be
Thank you,
forced to
Fed.
break the
Slow it
glass.
down.
Does the unexpected.
I don't
He
care.
absolutely expected. You gonna open the door? That
ID,
would
break
be
it out.
unexpected.
That's also a threat. Sledge.
Give me your license. I saw your
Driver's
license. I already saw the driver's license. Give me the license.
All on paper.
Yeah, the paper license.
He's about to come out of that car.
Yes, he is.
You're
You're gonna come out. Hand it in. There you go.
Okay, I got to give it to you. That was the
Out of the
most
car.
unexpected thing that could possibly have happened. He gave up his ID.
Again, you're gonna do it the easy way or the hard way. Got it. Hey, grab my shit.
That was totally expected. I saw that coming. Dude, you gave up your license. Wait, hold on. My man just gave up his full freaking identity, his whole universe to this cop and then drove off. Why is the cop chasing him? Don't chase that man. Go to his house, go to his mama's house and wait patiently. Just sit there and wait. He'll show up, turn himself in about 30 minutes. When he realizes what he's done, he'll drive straight to you and you can just take him and stick him in the car. Yeah, he's completely fucked now. Exactly. What do you think about it? Have you ever driven off from the cops? Welcome back.
Yeah, it's my Wi-Fi.
Have
So
you
did
ever
he
driven-
drive off on him?
Yeah. Have you ever driven off from the cops?
Hell no. Not without their permission. Okay. Yeah. I literally was technically running from cops at one time, but once I realized that they were behind me, like I immediately pulled over. Like I was trying to lose them for a second, and then I was like, "Oh shit, that's really the cops!" Like I got to pull over. Like I'm gonna get a whole nother charge. He literally made that so much harder on himself than it needed to be. Especially now that I know that he's dealing with the North Carolina cops. Like, bro, if you would have just told him who the fuck you was, they'd have gave you a ticket and let you go. The end.
Maybe. I think he had already been. I think he had a warrant. I think this is why they're being a bitch.
Oh,
about
okay.
it. Prove it is him. So once he gave up his ID, it's
That's
on.
why he drove off.
That's why
Yeah,
he drove-
because he knew he. Yeah.
Notice the
No,
other cop.
I'm the opposite. If I know I got warrants, that is if I know I got warrants. I don't just go turn myself in, but if I see them, like I'm not going down the courthouse like, yo, I got a letter saying I got a warrant, like I'm here. I don't do that. But if I have to interact with them and I know that I got a warrant, I'm like, hey, yeah, I got a warrant. Y'all might want to take me in.
The best way to handle that.
I don't make it harder on myself.
Yes, you do. When you get that letter saying you got a warrant, you show your happy ass up at the fucking police department, 6 goddamn a.m. With the second that motherfucker opens up the next morning, you go in there asking exactly what the fuck this shit is about. Can somebody please get a screenshot of her right now? Because that's fucking solid, dude. Yeah, no. The only time I've ever outrun, and I use quotation marks because it didn't actually happen, because I don't really think they were actually after me, right? Like there were blue lights and I was like, fuck that shit, I'm out. I took a turn and just gunned it and got to another turn before, and they came down the road I had turned down but didn't follow me. Like I said, I don't think they were ever actually after me in the first place. So it's not really outrunning the cops if they're not actually after you, is it? I mean, it was sporting there. It got the blood pressure up. What's up, New York Outcast? Good to see you, bud. But I missed a bunch of people. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not doing a very good job of this show.
As stupid as it gets, Pratt provides the officers with his ID and license.
YouTube name. Hold on. We should definitely do that channel. As stupid as it gets. We could just review footage of people doing the dumbest possible shit on earth, running from cops, all kinds of stuff. I bet there's a whole bunch of that crap.
For the officer to confirm that it was suspended, Pratt then has the officers in a chase for several minutes before he finally decides to stop. And this time, the officers wasted no time in playing nice and immediately get to making the arrest.
Jeebus monkeys, that's really, really loud. I don't know if it is to y'all, but it is to me. She just keeps bouncing in and out like a rubber ball. Screw that. That's loud as hell. I ain't doing it. So, all right. On what planet does that Taurus have a chance of outrunning a freaking Charger? Are you back? Are you really back? Like for really real?
I'm really back. Yeah, for really real. Yeah.
Really real.
Yeah.
Why run? I don't understand why you'd run.
Continues.
Can I speak to somebody?
Nope. You're going to sit there and shut up.
Nope.
You have the right to remain silent. It is the best possible course of action you can possibly take. So shut the hell up and sit there.
I strongly recommend that. I strongly recommend that in any situation like that.
Like I
Use
said,
your rights. That's why you have them.
I have difficulty talking to anybody who feels they're in a position of power. Like CPS don't get nothing, not nothing off of me, not nothing, ever. I've never allowed them in my house. I've never had a full-on conversation with them. I once had a CPS person call me and ask me out on a date because she stumbled across my number in my kid's file. And I was like, let me tell you how this is going to pan out. Let me tell you exactly how this is going to pan out. I want you to go back to that office in the morning, because she called me from the office. I said, you're going to go over there. You're going to go over there and you're going to close out whatever investigation you've got going on, because this is not taking place. This is going to go horrendously wrong for you. I cannot explain how bad it will go for you, because
and how unprofessional.
All right, so in her defense, I've known her since we were like 12. Now that's no excuse at all, but I could see how she would like stumble across my number and be like, I'm calling him. I imagine she was sitting around. It was after hours. It was not during work hours, but it was from her office phone. And I was like, hell no. Not just no.
No.
Both of us are married. Hello, Tales Told in the Dark. Welcome in, girl. Good to see you.
Oh, that's all the way fucked up. That's all the way fucked up.
It was. Because here's the thing. She called and was asking a bunch of questions. Like, And I was very confused because she didn't call him. It was like, oh, by the way, I'm calling for CPS or anything like that. She called like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And we talked for a few minutes, and I kept looking at the phone, and it's like from the office up there. I know, like, so after about 10 minutes talking, I was like, I've got to ask you a question. Are you calling from a CPS phone? She's like, oh yeah, I'm at work right now, but I'm off work. This is after work. And I was like, now listen, honey, you're going to go ahead and shut down whatever the hell it is you got going on over there and just completely forget you ever talked to me. We're both married. Both of us. There's no excuse. I think we lost her again. Although this is a much better frozen image than the previous one.
Because I'm looking at my. I knew it.
Yep.
You got to stop.
Yep.
It's no good.
My camouflage skills, yeah.
Unless he's just being.
She fades right out.
Say what?
Like a ninja.
I like
Man,
this
you ain't in a
creepy ass
position to make any
music.
requests
Is
right
anybody
now.
else catching this shit? Like,
How are you?
It is weird. It's
I've
weird.
been looking, trying to find something else that was making that music because it doesn't suit the video at all. It's like
No,
Halloween.
It's the video. Yeah.
While the officers search Pratt's car for any weapons or drugs, Pratt asks to speak to the sheriff, and when the officers don't play into his whims, he screams out for help, claiming it's police brutality.
Oh, yeah. All right, but we in North Carolina, right?
Yep.
We decided this was? Okay. So,
Yep.
What's the date over here? 03/26. That's what, March 26th?
Yep.
Oh,
Of this year?
It ain't even hot in there. No.
It ain't.
He claims that he would soon
That's
be
a
let free
comfortable March
and get
day,
paid for the
brother.
damages
Ain't
being
even
done
that
to him
humidity.
and his car.
You
A
go
quick
shut
run
up,
of
sit
Pratt's
down, and
license
shut
gives
up. Dude, go
officers
shut up.
information about his background, who seems to have several pending cases against him. Pratt's argument? It's not him.
I already checked your cuffs, man. You're good. Stop squirming.
I'm not moving. But anyway, so I can't get my water.
Harold Edward Pratt Jr. That's
That's not me.
That's the driver's license you gave me.
That's definitely
That's
you.
what's on your military ID. So how's that not you?
Ooh.
It is you
He
today.
probably AWOL too. What you
First
reckon?
off, that's a salt man name. He says it's in all caps. But it's empty as I mean.
Look right now.
Guess what? They are none. You're gonna find nothing.
Okay.
Why did I drive off? Because they tried to break my window for no reason.
Oh, I bet you didn't
I
open the
know
door.
how y'all get down. I'm trying to y'all jurisdiction. Village of Pinehurst. I wasn't in Pinehurst or near the village of Pinehurst. That says village of.
I know exactly where that's at.
Pina colada.
Pina colada.
Pina colada. You like pina coladas?
It says P-I-N.
You like pina coladas?
No.
I like
No?
pina colada.
I like that.
What the fuck just happened? Why did who brought up pina coladas and why are they now discussing it? I mean, I can get it. I've been bored. I've been so bored. This guy's making no sense whatsoever. You're not getting anything useful out of this guy, so you might as well talk about pina coladas. I bet that's name for Pinehurst or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It is you today.
What that creepy music just gets to me.
First off, that's a salt man name. He says it's in all caps. But it's empty as I mean.
Look right now.
Guess what? They are none. You're gonna find nothing.
Okay.
Why did I drive off? Because they tried to break my window for no reason. And I know how y'all get down. I'm trying to y'all jurisdiction. Village of Pinehurst. I wasn't in Pinehurst or near the village of Pinehurst. That says village of Penn.
Pina colada.
Pina colada.
Pina colada.
They're making fun of him.
You like pina coladas?
No.
I like
No?
pina colada.
I like that.
All right, so he's got 4 pending charges right now: stolen goods, resisting public officer, speeding, speeding's still pending, and failure to exhibit surrender license. Once again, so you beat that?
Once again.
Why does it still say pending? Nah, sorry, bro. You ain't doing it. I promise you. You ain't been in here. You haven't been in Moore County, have you?
Then, as cops find drugs in his car, he starts blaming them for planting evidence on
Okay.
him.
All right, bro.
You're done, bro.
Forever. You ever see the sad lot? Forever.
Ever.
I don't know.
Like the scale, are those scales? He's got drugs and scales and
Scales.
warrants.
Assholes nowadays, you know, they get prepared. Let's see what you do.
I didn't find it in the bag. In the bag? I put it in the jar.
And
Okay.
everything. I ain't do
Anything.
Despite his cries that he's going to sue the officers and several
Cool.
other delusional claims, Pratt was arrested. What could have been
Was
just
it
a traffic
lost?
ticket is now a felony due to Pratt's actions of running away and avoiding the confrontation. Unfortunately, I currently do not have more information regarding his sentence, but he sure got what he deserved. And if
Hey, you
you
ready?
thought this last cop was too nice and patient with
How you
Pratt, well, this next case proves the total opposite. On March 5th, 2023, an Arizona officer stopped a car that had fake number plates on it.
That's not good. What's the
Fictitious tag.
worst pullover you ever personally witnessed?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Honestly, I've not ever really seen, other than being the ones I've been involved with, I've never seen any like really like major anything.
LBG, welcome in, bud. All right,
I
so
really do try to stay away from the law.
the worst one I ever saw, we never even actually got pulled over. What the way this went down is I was hanging out at this dude's house. This dude shows up, comes in, and is like, hey, I'm going over here to do this stuff, yada yada yada. And I'm like, drop me off at the store on the way. He's like, sure, no problem. We go out, climb in the car, and no sooner do I shut the door than two guys snatch him out the window and slam him on the ground over there. And nobody ever looked at me at all. I got out the car, walked into the house, and sat down and just sat there. It was like, I'm not going to the store with him.
Yep.
They had
I'm like, actually, I'm just gonna chill for a minute.
yeah, no, I'm just gonna sit right here. I went and sat on the steps and waited patiently for all of that to get done. They shook him down, took him off, and towed his car all in about 10 minutes.
That's usually the way it works. That is
It's like-
usually the way it goes.
Efficiency, bro. Efficiency.
Hmm.
Which I can only figure that they had blue lighted him on the way in,
Hmm.
and he just got out and went in and managed to get back to the car before they got him. Dude, I'm telling you, here's the thing. We were in this guy's front yard, parallel parked on the side of the road. There's not a tree in 30 yards. There's not another house for 50, right? There's wide
Right.
open spaces, nothing but open freaking veldt and savanna and shit. And they rose up out that red clay dirt right next to the car, just snatched his. I have no idea where they came.
They have been watching him. If they jump up like that, they've been watching you. I do know people that were being watched, and like other people that I know tripped over federal agents in their yard and then went in there and told them, yo, y'all got you got feds in the yard, and they didn't believe him. And then they got busted.
Yeah. I had some friends of mine who didn't have agents in the bushes, but were absolutely convinced they did. And I have another friend of mine.
That happens too.
I have another friend of mine that they landed a helicopter in his front yard, arrested him, his wife, and his oldest son, and flew them away.
Why did they fly them away after they arrested them? That's really sus.
Homie has this side business where he builds really hot rod cars.
Mm-hmm.
And when they landed, he was like standing between two really supercharged, amped up Camaros. And they were worried he might try to scoot and boot. So they just snatched him, threw him in, and took off.
But still, like
I don't know.
the transport is just this don't account. It don't make sense for the crime here.
I understand.
Like
I mean, he do own like 600 acres out there, so I mean, helicopter might have been
they
the most.
just wanted an excuse to use that damn helicopter.
Probably right. I mean, homie ain't no threat. They probably could have called him and asked him to come in, and he would have.
Okay, so hold up. What did he get arrested for?
Trafficking, 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 and trafficking. And there was some money laundering involved in his trafficking, and some trafficking that was involved in the trafficking.
There's just some trafficking is a pretty serious thing.
Yeah, but it was a bunch of it. Apparently, they had somebody in his wheelhouse for some amount of time. They had a book of charge. As far as I know, he's still in jail. His wife got out.
That sucks.
I vaguely remember. Oh, she used to do hair locally, and I vaguely remember this conversation over the phone when I was like 12 or 14. I was in there getting my hair done, and she's screaming into the phone that, and I quote, "God damn it, they landed a helicopter in the motherfucking yard. They are after us." I suspect. Yeah, I suspect she was talking
to him.
Incarcerated husband. I don't know.
Yeah, they are after us. You think, lady? You think? I don't think they got the wrong address.
I don't know. Anyway.
Once confronted, the unidentified man not only denied revealing his identification, which in itself is a crime, but also does something you should never do.
Yeah, no. Actually, I was at the same trailer when this happened. The cops showed up. They show up all swatted out and everything. They run a stack up on both sides of the door. They bang on the door and shatter a window and throw a flashbang in it, kick the door in and go inside. And while this is going on right across the street, a whole trap house empties out.
Oh, damn. They just like quietly dip out like, hey, man, the cops next door, we need to go.
Like box Chevys roll out that place like nobody's business, right?
It's like, the hydraulics and shit just all down the street. We got to move this party.
About the cops kick in the door, they go in. That place hasn't been rented in 4 months. There hasn't been anybody in there for at least 3. We were pissed. Dude, I had to go in and fix that door and shit. Kicking in empty houses. What is wrong with y'all? It's not like it was recently empty either. It wasn't like they left Tuesday. There hadn't been a long time.
And all of a sudden they're just like, we're gonna post up in here.
What's up, Tim Party? How you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
We're over here checking out some weird sovereign citizen doing sovereign citizen shit and making sovereign citizen noises.
From Stone Police Department. The reason I stopped you is for it appears you have a fictitious license plate on the back of your vehicle.
Oh, that's
you know anything
not
about
good.
that? I'm a sovereign human being. Okay. And I'm an American national. Okay. Do you have your driver's license, insurance, or registration, please? What? No. Do you have any form of ID on you? No. Matthew Tucciarone is my name. Okay. All right. So just so you know, pulled over a couple times already by state troopers, sheriffs, and this is recognized. Okay, I don't agree. So, to be honest with you, that's actually a misdemeanor crime for you to display a fictitious license plate. Additionally, you not providing me with license is required under Arizona Revised Statutes 28-1595. That is also a misdemeanor crime.
Seeing this, the officer warns him about the repercussions of his actions and that he would be dragged out if he didn't step out of his car.
Step out of your car, please. I didn't do anything. Marijuana, I need another unit. Step it up, please. I did not do anything wrong. Pennsylvania versus Mims is a Supreme Court case law that says you're required to get out of that car if I ask you. If you do not, I'm going to force you to. Hold on a second. Call my lawyer. Okay, get out of your car. Call my lawyer. Call your lawyer if you want, but as soon as another officer gets here, I'm going to force you out of that car if you don't get out on your own.
Despite having the typical sovereign behavior, the man later revealed himself to be Matthew Tucciarone after the officer warned him that refusal to identify oneself.
Tucciarone.
I wouldn't admit my name was Tucciarone.
I wouldn't either. That's I had to be like, nah, don't make me do that on camera, please, officer.
I mean, like, nah, man, I'll pass. Hard pass on that. Nah, my name's George. Hi.
Tutoroni.
Roni.
Oh, I don't even think if I was a judge, I could seriously take that, like, just into my courtroom. Like, get out of here, sir. Just go. I can't.
I have to let him go on principle just so I don't have to say Tutoroni 77
I'm
times.
like, can you say your name for me, though, real loud in the mic, clearly, so we all hear it?
That's terrible. Oh my God. Tutoroni.
Would result in a charge. Observing this, we can do nothing but wonder, why would they comply with laws they swear don't exist?
I don't need to be under arrest. I didn't do anything wrong. You're being detained right now.
What's
And
up,
Pennsylvania
sunshine?
versus Mims is the United States Supreme Court case law.
This
You're
dude's
being
name is
detained.
Tutoroni.
Why? Because I told you I'm investigating one crime. You also said you don't have a
They
driver's
need to
license. There's
arrest his
another one.
daddy.
And if you don't provide me a form of identification when I'm investigating you for a crime that is a third crime that I'm investigating you for, there is no crime. You are required
Cerebro.
to provide me your true full legal name if I'm investigating a crime. Oh, this car. If you do not provide me with your true full legal name, you can be arrested for that. Matthew Tucciaroni. Okay.
See,
do you have a
tells us
driver's
so.
license or any other form of identification?
I am a sovereign being. My name is Matthew Tucciaroni.
Okay. Again, Arizona Revised Statutes 28-1595
Hi, Officer Beers.
requires you to show me an ID card or driver's license.
Not only is he making the situation worse for himself by saying there's no crime here, but his beliefs have led him to believe he has done nothing wrong when he had in fact committed several crimes. Seeing this, the officer decides he has had enough.
If you don't get out of your car, Matthew, look at me.
Dude.
He did well, let Matthew look at me like he's a child.
Dude, the first thing I knew about them snatching Jesse out of that car was seeing his shoes scoot by my nose. I climbed in the car, sat down, and his Converses almost kicked me between the eyes, and I jerked back and looked, and he was gone. Just gone. I heard him shut the car door, and that was the last conscious knowledge I had of that man for like 9 months till he got out of jail.
Sasquatch Secrets. Nice name. I like that.
That's a good one. Sasquatch Secrets is a good one. There's another one. There's another channel out there. She does good panels and stuff. She stays pretty focused. I'm all over the place. She stays pretty focused. There's another one called Experty Experts. Have you seen those guys?
I'm gonna have to check them out.
They have a collection of totally not Photoshopped Sasquatch images that are beautiful. They're totally like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, not Photoshopped.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, wait. Yeah.
Right.
I will never admit that they are. They're totally not, I'm sure.
Dude, I saw some shit the other day that I'd like, I'll send you the link later because I still am just like, what is that?
Are you talking about was it Indiana Sasquatch, that most recent one? The one where the guys
I'm not no, yeah, looking down.
Maybe.
In like it's like an open field area, and the Squatch thing or whatever it is just suddenly gets up. At first you don't see him. He gets up and starts walking off like in a stride on this thing is like ridiculous.
I'm almost positive what that is a man in a ghillie suit hunting like freaking deer or elk or something in a cow field, and he's dressed up as a fucking hay bale. Like a pile of hay. If you look at that field, there are several piles of hay, and this being that doesn't exist stands up, and a pile of hay that was sitting there is no longer there, and this thing walks away. And if he stopped and squatted down, I guarantee you it would look just like another one of those piles of hay out there. That is not a monster. That's not what that is. That is some guy hunting elk. I swear to God. He's hunting something extreme, and he thought, I'm going to make a Sasquatch video by sitting next to the train tracks till the train went by and just walking off.
Yeah, that's crazy. It looks so like bizarre.
If I was going
to,
I would use a gorilla's costume, but that's just me.
Look at me. If you don't get out, I'm going to force you out. I'm going to charge you with resisting arrest also. So get out, please. Come on.
Come on, sir.
Get out.
There's no reason to
I've asked you probably 10 times to get out.
There's no reason to act like this.
Get out of your car then. All right.
There's no reason to act like this. There's no
I'm after
reason
the
to
footage
act like this.
itself.
Do not
I'm not
touch me.
Get out.
Do not touch me.
Get out of your car.
Do not touch me. Do not touch me, please. Please, do not touch me.
I've asked you 10 times to get out. Get out on your own then.
What are you doing? Please, do not touch me. Officer Ramirez.
Yes, they put the gloves on, man.
Come on. Get on the ground. No!
No! I didn't do anything, Officer Ramirez!
All right.
Please, I didn't do anything!
Get on your stomach.
Come on!
What do you reckon?
What do you mean? Like, I'm so embarrassed for this guy.
All I can say is when I look up and realize he's wearing those gloves, from that moment on, exactly what that man tells me to, because not only does that verify absolutely incontrovertibly this man is going to put his hands on me. He's already decided.
Yep.
He put
the gloves on. Yeah, so it's happening.
It's happening. So
It's happening.
from happening is to do exactly what the nice officers asked you to do.
Exactly.
Do I approve of it? No.
No.
I do not. However, I've spent my entire life dodging these 3-letter agencies, and they said I was paranoid, right? But no, they exist. They're real. They're real people. Entire freaking agencies out there to make this guy's life a living hell because he wants to believe a little different than others. Now, granted, he is out there breaking the law. And when I was nervous about that type of shit, I was out there breaking the law. So I can see the concept, right? I understand where he's coming from. At the same time,
In fairness to the cops, though, he was acting like a whiny bitch, and like sir.
After that dude yesterday, day before yesterday, that spent 45 minutes crying all the way to the man, I couldn't.
Revealing a gun in the glove box.
Oh, good.
But Matthew claims that it isn't a weapon since it was never brandished.
It's a Ruger inside the car. I want this secure.
And this is a screwdriver, but I've never driven a screw with it.
Okay, so if you're driving around in that car,
So it's not a screwdriver.
All right. You go by Matthew. Is that okay if I call you that?
He said out loud.
Fortunately for him,
he said out loud that it was concealed in his glove box. That's the intent that they talk about.
Yeah.
He is then read his Miranda rights and arrested for several felonies he had committed due to his sovereign beliefs. But it isn't always that a suspect puts up a fight, as this next one pretended everything was okay. That is, until he was caught.
My vehicle, and I've done nothing wrong.
Obviously, you don't know it.
I have the right to travel as it is.
Obviously, you don't.
This driver was stopped by the Minnesota police on December 26, 2022. As soon as the interaction started, the driver initially complied with the officer without so much as another word, but things would soon drastically change.
Go on. Good, yourself? Not bad. The reason I stopped you is for speeding. You're going 65 miles an hour. Speed limit's 55. I live down there. What's that? I pulled over after they pulled over. So. Yeah, I was going to talk to you about that too. We prefer as law enforcement not for you to pull over until we signal you with the lights, because people pull over in really bad spots sometimes. And, I wasn't getting your license plate back because this obstructed a little bit of snow that stuck to the front of it. So I ran that when I called out the dispatch, wrong one came back. So that gives me time to see if, who I'm stopping or if this vehicle is associated with something not good. Yeah, so 9-4 to 9-4-23 for the...
Why isn't that man got off his truck yet? He should.
Give me that back. All right. Is the...
All right. But despite the person complying, the cops sensed a marijuana odor and proceeded to ask the driver to step out of his vehicle, but it surely wasn't going to be that simple.
Can you step out for me, please? For what? Because I'm going to search your vehicle. I can smell marijuana coming from it. You see these? Yeah. I'm the supervisor. Okay. 303.
Oh, shit.
not considered any good procedure.
Yeah, I don't need you to get set.
Yes, you do.
I'm not gonna ask
What's
you.
up, there, man? Good to see you.
RAS.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask you again. Okay.
RAS.
Excuse me.
What's your RAS?
Do you even know what you're talking about?
Yes.
No, you don't. Step out of the vehicle for me, please.
No. I refuse to step out. Because you know why, sir? You have no right to take me out of my vehicle for a traffic stop.
The driver refuses to step out of his vehicle, claiming to know his constitutional rights, and as we've seen before, starts to record the interaction as if the cops were doing something illegal.
You do not have probable cause.
I can smell.
Now, look, I'm in Georgia, right? So exactly how much I'm willing to resist this kind of bullshit is all right, brother, you have a good one. Don't let the man get you down. Is gonna be like cool spring and cool fall. You're not gonna see me showing out in the middle of the day in high summer. Because them fuckers take you out, stick your ass on the pavement, it will stick your skin to the sidewalk.
Yep.
It's hot. What's up? Let's see if I can say it all. North Alabama cryptid Mr. and Mrs. Knack. Welcome in. Good to see you. So like I would advise, it's like being in Texas in August and getting shook down by the cops. You big and bad till they stick your face to that sidewalk and catch a second degree off a rock. What's up, John? Good to see you, bud. Welcome in. We're looking at sovereign citizens making sovereign citizen noises.
Smell marijuana in your vehicle, and that is probable cause to search your vehicle.
Marijuana, sir. Okay. That's how you guys come into cars for unlawful searches and seizures, sir.
Right. Well,
and persons
$5 says he's got weed in the truck.
Personal searches whatsoever.
Well, I'm not asking for your
5 thumbs
You have
up.
to have my consent.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
You do have to have my consent.
Okay. No, I don't. I'm not going to argue with you about it, okay?
Yes, sir. You have to have my consent to search my vehicle.
Okay.
No, he does not.
Seeing no cooperation, the officer still does not want to escalate the situation and has called for backup as he waits. To make matters worse, the driver even thinks he would be paid $1 million if he files a claim against the officer. Then, after other officers arrive, the driver still sticks to his baseless claims, which would soon lead him into a really bad situation.
Listen to me, please, okay?
He's about to get maced.
It's time to
So
step out of your
mace.
vehicle, okay?
Yep.
If you don't
Fix to
step
get the
out, we're
taco
going to remove you
treatment,
from your
baby.
vehicle. Do you understand that?
From my vehicle, you will lose your
Spice your ass up.
Do you understand that?
This motherfucker's to light up your life, bro.
Are you
You're
going to
gonna
get
wish you got
Can you
tased.
cooperate or not? Can you turn your truck off for me, please?
You should have just got the fuck out, bro.
Yeah, my ass be out with my hands behind my back already. I'll be like, where we going? Which way? Exactly. How many steps?
Okay. Step out of the vehicle, please.
You have no right to search it.
If you don't step out, you're going to get maced, okay?
Hey, sir, you know what? If you mace me, I am not giving you guys any trouble whatsoever.
Look out, Mike. Look out, Mike.
Hey, I'm not giving you guys
Get out
any
of the car.
trouble whatsoever.
The man claims to not be causing any trouble, but his refusal is already doing the opposite. Despite all that, the man is still unwilling to go down quietly as he screams police brutality while being handcuffed.
What the man? This is a violation, dude.
Get out of the
Look
car.
at this. Dude, are you a supervisor? Really?
Oh my God! Ow! Ow!
Yeah. That's kind of how that happens. I mean, you didn't do what the nice officer said. Oh, boy.
I mean, he really asked you nicely to step out of the vehicle.
Oh, people!
Yeah, because people will show up.
Second cup.
To the surprise of no
Y'all.
one, a search of his vehicle revealed that he had been carrying several packets of
5
weed.
likes.
Unfortunately
me.
for him,
All
he
of
was
them.
arrested and charged
won't
with
do.
possession of drugs, but sovereign citizens who believe they are above the law and get what
Bad. Bad.
on July 4th, 2023, this sovereign
It's so
citizen was
predictable.
pulled over by a Georgia police officer.
Oh, good.
His
This is gonna be a
reaction,
good one.
he starts questioning and recording the officer as if he was the cop in this situation.
Good try, though.
Okay, so, officer, what's your name and badge number, please? I can't see it because your walkie-talkie's in the way. What's your first name and last name?
Don't have to tell you that. Don't have to tell you that.
This is going to result in a complaint.
Go right ahead, brother.
So
I'm asking
what I need
for
to
your driver's license and proof of insurance.
Could I have your card, please?
Say again?
Could I have your employee card?
No, you may not. I need your
Why not?
driver's license and proof of insurance.
Okay, if I can't have your if I can't have that, could you get in contact with your supervisor, please?
Seeing no cooperation, the officer has alerted for backup as he tries to keep the suspect from driving off. Meanwhile, the man tries to pointlessly reason with the police that he hasn't done anything wrong, but we all know how that plays out.
This is a private automobile, sir. This is why I don't have tax and registration. In fact, I've already gone through this and had my actual plate stolen by an officer. So I'm already dealing with a situation like this, and I would like to preserve.
Let me guess. This is just a shot in the dark. I'm just guessing here. I have no idea. But a few weeks ago, you had this very same conversation with another officer in Georgia who took your plates off the vehicle.
Because they didn't belong on there to begin with.
Yes. They are either lapsed, beyond registration, no longer valid, or any number of other things. But you, sir, do not get to have plates in the state of Georgia. So they took them away, and you continue.
Right.
And now you're saying you haven't broken any laws and they have no right to search you or pull you out of the car, when pretty much every state of the union, they can take you out of the car. They just have to ask you to step out of the car. They don't really need a reason, as far as I know. They can just say they had one. They don't have to give it.
Right.
So just at least that far. You want to have them do the titty twist test?
Serve your employment. I'm trying to allow you to do the right thing here. I'm trying to help you. It doesn't understand the problem. But you're detaining me right now.
Once backup officers arrive on the scene, the situation takes a turn for the worse, as these no-nonsense officers warn the man that they would be smashing his window and dragging him out if he didn't comply.
Although
still no gloves.
Although I know for a fact.
Stop talking. I need it now.
One moment. I'm going to look up this law because we're going to be patient. We're going to be patient.
All right, we're done. Go ahead and step out. Go ahead and step
Sir,
out. I'm going to smash this window.
Sir, please don't smash my window. You're breaking the law. Do not do that.
Listen to me.
One moment.
Exit the vehicle.
Sir, excuse me. Could you call your supervisor, please? Could you call your supervisor, please? I have no contract with you. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. We're not past anything because I haven't committed a crime. Why are you trying to ruin my life?
Saying that the cops are trying to ruin his life is crazy. Had the man provided his identification and complied with the officer, he could have gotten away with just a ticket for no registration. But these people always choose to do the stupidest thing, in this case, telling cops that they are not the law.
Do not damage my property. Do not damage my property. You are not giving me a lawful.
You might be a little bit behind.
No,
I want to know how they got this date upside down.
You are not the law. You are breaking the law.
Oh wait, no, that's his camera. He's got the camera
please.
upside down.
Sir, please call your supervisor. Yes, you do. I'm going to record this live on YouTube right now.
Oh, Ninja! Damn!
Do it to me! Explain it to you. Get out! What are you doing?
And ladies and gentlemen, that is why you step out of the vehicle. I mean,
they don't play. If they tell you they're gonna do that, they're gonna do that. Like they don't retract.
Once they pull weapons, to resist any further is foolish. You might be able to get a lawsuit, but you're gonna do it through a straw.
And you never gonna get that damn all that glass out your damn car now. You never.
Bruh.
We told you. You're under arrest. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Straight to the camera.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You're breaking the law. You're breaking the law. You're breaking the law.
Get out.
I have a gun right here. Stop. I have a gun right here. Stop. I have a gun right here. Stop, please. What are you doing?
Right now, you're going to get tased. Hands up.
Don't tase me, bro.
Hands up. On the ground. On the ground. On the ground.
Please stop.
Please stop. Please stop.
Please stop this. Please stop this.
Please stop. Do anything, you're going to get tased. I don't know how many other times I had to explain this shit.
I didn't break any laws. I didn't break any laws. Help me, please. Somebody help me, please. Help me, please. Please don't take me. You don't have the right to do this.
You're under arrest.
Why are you doing? Please take my phone. Please take my phone.
Started screaming. I have a gun here.
He's lucky he didn't get shot, especially in Georgia. He's crazy.
Vehicle to find a not so shocking discovery.
So here's the thing. In Georgia, while he's standing there, there's a couple of vehicles go by. Every single one of them vehicles probably had a pistol in it.
Yeah.
It's not just the cop you got to worry about. So, like, it's not unusual for them to come across a gun.
Right. But screaming like that, please stop, I got a gun. Like, sir, you're in Georgia and you are you. Let's not do that.
Stop or I'll shoot.
Hey, there may be another 1032 because there's another holster in here.
Yeah, right.
I had some on my hand.
He cut his face on.
See you slithering right in here. I appreciate the light, brother. Yeah, y'all go over there and like it. Like, poke that thing, like, touch it.
Tickle it.
Little thing.
He said they don't teach you this in the academy. He has a bunch of swords back here.
Oh, good.
Well,
we have lots of blades, a gun.
One looks wooden. The other
Do we
may
have
also
drugs?
be. Yeah, they might. Yeah, they're foam. I'm crazy.
Driving around with weapons in a car that had no registration plate is certainly what a sovereign citizen would do. The charges this man faced are unknown, as he was the one who posted this video without further explanation. And a more shocking discovery I made is that this guy goes around breaking laws and acting this way just to record the interactions and upload them to the internet. So basically, he pretends to be a sovereign citizen and waste people's time just as a hobby. But more windows being broken due to stupid behavior doesn't end here. Calvin Jones, in April 2016, was traveling with his wife and younger brother in the districts of Downriver, Michigan. Taylor officers stopped Calvin's car, and one of them proceeded to ask Calvin for his identification. And here he realized who he was dealing with.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing, man?
You have your driver's license vehicle page on you?
What's going on?
I'll be happy to tell you once I see who I'm talking to, all right?
I need you to let me know, like, what's going on, like, what happened?
I'd be happy to tell you once I see information.
I'm not giving you my information until you tell me what you pulled me over for.
All right, sir. Failure to give me my information.
Whoever the one person is in Ember's chat, will you please chat so I can see who you are? Say hey and let her say hey to you since you're over there.
Let me grab my phone so I can see who it is. That's funny. Yeah. I'm like, wait, there's somebody's just hanging out over there being weird.
He left.
Oh, that's fucked up. Fuckers.
Okay. So you can either do this the easy way or the hard way. All right?
I need to know what you're pulling me over for.
I'm going to tell you once I see information, all right?
I got information, but
yeah, I know, bud, but I'm after the footage.
Until you tell me what you're pulling me over for.
Here's the deal. Either give me your ID or you go to jail. How about that?
How about that?
Because we're not dealing with this.
Give me your ID.
I need to know why you pulling me over.
Give him your ID.
Detail 5 radio. I'll be on the stop, entrance to the parks. Please send me another car.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to know why you're pulling me over. That would be good information.
Last chance.
I need to know why you pulling me over.
Give him your ID. He's going to tell you.
Where's he at? The entrance to the park. From the park. Is my tags expired? Are my lights out?
I'd be happy to tell you, sir.
Calvin's wife can be heard in the background telling him to comply and provide the officer with his ID. It's procedure for cops to ask for ID after making a stop. That way, if a person escalates the stop after they've heard the bad news by taking off or using violence, the police know who they need to get. Calvin then is seen showing clear signs of guilt as he tries to find a way to get out of this situation by pretending to know his rights.
You supposed to tell me what's going on, man.
Are you a lawyer, sir?
Hey, I'm representing myself right now.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Because to be honest with you, I have a right to remain silent, right? So I could just sit here and ignore you.
That'll go
No,
well.
you can't,
I
sir.
don't answer any questions.
Okay. Well, it's going to turn out very poorly for you.
It's fine, but you're not telling me what's going on, and that ain't right.
I'm gonna tell you what the deal is. You're probably suspended, so you don't want to give me your license.
I don't have to give you my information.
Okay.
Tell me what's going on. And that ain't right, because I just renewed my tags in October 2015.
Okay.
So my tags is good. So, am I free to go?
No, you're not free to go.
What's up, Zach?
This is a necessary stop, all right?
And after more nonsense discussion, things turned south. I don't know about you, but if I see a cop putting on gloves, something is about.
All right, here's the deal. I know you could be trying to kill me.
I just turned into yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full.
I don't care. All right,
I'm not interested in getting my freaking curb stomp on this afternoon. We can move right along to the peaceful assembly in the local jailhouse. I'll follow you there if you prefer.
You just show me where to go, sir. I'll be glad to follow you.
Right, sir. That's all. I'll meet you there. We ain't even got to tow my car. I'll drive it right. I got a perfectly valid license. What's up, April? Good to see you, girl. Appreciate you coming by. I'm sorry. I don't like violence against me. And they outnumber me with that radio, man. There's way more of them than there are of me.
And plus, they are cops for a reason. Their whole goal every day is, can they tase a motherfucker? Can they mace a motherfucker? Can they put them cuffs on you? They don't get up every day like, I hope I don't get to write any tickets today. Are you kidding me? No.
Do you remember
that's not what they're there for.
Do you remember the feeling cute trend? Feeling cute might beat down your celly today. It was a bunch of guards and cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. It started as nurses, but it went to.
That's cute. You're feeling cute might fuck somebody up.
Yeah, no.
That's how I get up and do my whole day every day. What do you mean?
Feeling cute might mace your baby daddy today.
I'm not stepping out the car until you tell me what's going on. All right, open the door. Hey, put this on camera. Put this on camera. You gotta let me know what's going on, man.
Here's the thing. Every single one of these people have invalid tags on their vehicle. They almost immediately in every case then refuse to comply on any level with any aspect of what's going to happen, just like the night follows the day. These pigs are going to snatch him out of the car. They're going to rough his ass up, and he is going to file some complaints. These are as right as the rain. This is as it should be.
There's no other standard of operation.
Yeah, I don't know what you expect to have happen other than them snatch him out of the car and take him downtown. That's just, they don't know anything else to do.
I would love to see someone comply. And then look how that goes when you comply. Like, you can get pulled over, not have your ID, not have a driver's license, and still get to drive off if you comply.
Oh, no, they don't let me drive off.
They do me. They have me every time.
Well, I ain't never sucked a cop's dick, but you know.
I ain't sucking the cop's dick. I'm just nice to them. I give them the information they asked me for. I'm honest. I don't got an ID. What you want me to do? Shit one?
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. We're missing the action. Hold up. I don't want to miss it, but here it goes.
This is on camera.
Uh-oh, gloves. See, right here. Right here. Man. This is exactly where I start complying.
You're going to jail is what's going on. For what? What charges? On what charges? Wow.
Get out of the car now.
He just right hooked his ass.
Oh my god.
Like, with a high elbow too. He's like, whack.
Get out of the car, man. Get out of
the
car. Get out of the car. Okay, get out.
You are coming out of that car.
They will snatch your ass to the jail with you in the car. So get out of the car, bro.
Put your hand behind your back.
After a long struggle, Calvin was finally put in handcuffs and arrested. Then the same situation goes for his wife.
Put your hands on the car. I'm sorry. Put your hands on the car. Don't touch my phone. Get it out of your hand. Put your hand on the
Here we
car.
go. Did she just throw her phone across the street? Is that what I saw?
Then the same situation goes for his wife.
Put your hands on the car.
She sure did. She
did.
She sure did.
Police brutality. Oh yeah, she was like.
I ain't even doing that.
You listen to what we're saying? Oh, you're going to jail too.
Real simple. I'm a female. No matter.
Hey,
I'm gonna roll you over, right? Listen. Roll you over. Knees, stand up. Get your knees up. Right hand, lift you up. 1, 2, 3, get up. Come on, right back here.
Despite the woman calling this police brutality, it is uncertain if that's how this ordeal can be tagged. Calvin was lawfully stopped for running a stop sign, and he refused to provide his ID, though the officer doing the stop didn't tell him why he was being pulled over, as it is the norm. As of now, after a thorough investigation, the charges against him have been dropped. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one, and don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Brendan, talk to me here.
Okay. Now, dude should not have went through all that over a fucking stop sign. Like, bro, but I'm telling you this, if you're dumb enough to go into those big residential neighborhoods, like kind of like the one that I'm in right now, and you proceed to roll past one of their stop signs, I promise you there is a cop somewhere waiting in the fucking woods to pull you over for that. They live for that.
That's free
Just
money,
don't go past the stop sign. Just don't.
You got a fan. Scully.
I love listening to Scully. I know. I love it.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies in the word, man. I'm not gonna lie. But okay, so this one. Homie is guilty as refried sin. He is going to spend the next 4 hours, I think if I remember right, it was like a 3.5 hour interview or interrogation, essentially. And during this time period, he makes a statement that proves his guilt beyond reasonable doubt. Like, he all but confesses. And then later he does confess, but it takes a minute to get there. Yeah, you just stay in that mood, bud. I got you. No, I'm not a huge fan of cops. They are kind of a necessary thing in reality. I believe bad cops should be extirpated from the system and good cops should be commendated. But the problem is when you have a bad cop, there's at least 20 good cops that know he's trash and don't do anything about it. In my book, that makes them also bad cops. Not my fault. It's theirs. So let's see how he gets manipulated into admitting his culpability. How you reckon it happens? They use the Reed technique?
Uh-huh.
You got to find me some footage. You got to find me a decent video on those Odinist murders you were talking about.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't message you about that, or did I?
Right now.
About what happened this afternoon?
Find me the footage. Find me the all the video. I want anything that can be acquired for it, and we'll break it down before the cops get to it.
I know, right?
I'll give it a shot. Why not?
What's your plan? Jail because you even wanted to go back to jail. Did he tell you he wanted to go back to jail? Yeah. Because you missed it. He didn't tell you that. Did he? Did he tell you that? Yes or no?
This is Brendan Dassey, a 16-year-old boy sitting in an interrogation room confessing about the murder of Teresa Halbach. While every part of his confession will sound graphic and horrific, you'll realize that he's innocent. It was only through the lies of the police, the intimidations of the investigators, and the complete violation of his Sixth Amendment rights that he got sentenced to life on a false confession. In this video, we're taking you through the case of Brendan Ray Dassey. And by the end, you'll see him for what he really is.
But when you watch this, every single bit of his body language, his interaction with the police, his responses, everything points to him being guilty as refried sin. He looks guilty. He walks guilty. He holds his mouth in a guilty way.
His body language and everything says, I'm guilty. First of all, I got a huge problem with the fact that, did I hear that right? He's 16 and he's in an interrogation room?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so why is his parents not in there? Where's an attorney?
I'm assuming this is his mother or father or unit figure. I'm not sure, but He confesses. He straight confesses. But I do believe they also said he was autistic, didn't they?
Oh.
The intimidations of the investigators and the complete violation of his Sixth Amendment rights that he got sentenced to life on a false confession. In this video, we're taking you through the case of Brendan Ray Dassey. And by the end, you'll see him for what he really is, an innocent person behind bars for life. Now, before we continue, big thanks to today's sponsor, Surfshark. Thousands of crimes are committed daily, and while most crimes are tough to prevent, Surfshark protects you from any kind of danger while you're surfing online, and for just a fraction of the price compared to other VPNs.
Did we decide we were actually
Surfshark is a
watching
reliable
ads?
buddy for your internet browsing.
Seems like
it has a
that was
built-in
voted
VPN
on
feature that guards your identity and personal data diligently. It acts as a shield, keeping cyber criminals and dubious companies at bay so that they can't
Do you
snatch up
remember
any of
that
your
being
private
a
details.
poll
If you're an
question once? I'm
avid
pretty sure it
cafe
was
goer,
ours.
Surfshark will keep you safe
What?
even on the networks. Gives you the freedom to change extra 3 months of
There
Surfshark
you
service
go.
absolutely free. Check the link out in the description down below to grab this deal. Brendan was born to Barbara and Peter Dassey and has 3 brothers, Brian, Bobby, and Blaine, and a half-brother named Brad. He also had an uncle named Stephen Avery, who's a person of interest in this case. Studying at Mishicot High School, his parents were informed of his IQ, which was at a borderline deficiency range, which is why he was later enrolled in special education classes. Overall, he was a quiet, introverted young boy who loved video games and the WWE. Now, on the other side of Wisconsin lived a photographer named Teresa Halbach. On November 3rd, 2005, she was reported missing from her home. She was last spotted visiting the Avery Salvage Yard in Manitowoc County on October 31st, 2005. On November 6th, Brendan was first interviewed since he was at the place at the time. On November 10th, Halbach's Toyota RAV4 was found on Avery's property, inside which they found the charred remains of Halbach, and they found traces of Stephen Avery's blood in the vehicle. On November 15th, Avery was charged with the kidnapping and murder of Halbach. Now, Avery claimed that he was with his nephew, Brandon, at the time. This means that the poor boy was now subjected to an interrogation. Now, before we talk about his interrogation, let's first understand 4 things. Number 1, he had no legal representative, parent, or another adult present during his interrogation because his parents consented to the interrogation and were not physically present. Number 2,
Wow.
Yeah.
Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. You're not even talking to my freaking adopted son for freaking, like, no.
With no, ain't no motherfucking way. Like, that's what I said. I was like, they just consent. No.
Call somebody. I'm sorry,
This is
sir.
sad.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. You cannot speak to my underage child without legal representation. No, sir. It's that simple, folks. It's that easy. It's literally that easy. That's not an exaggeration. I'm full on. I'm exhibiting exactly the effort it takes. No.
Yeah. That simple. Like, nope.
He wants a lawyer. I want a lawyer. She wants a lawyer. You should probably get a lawyer.
You're gonna need one. Everybody need one. Like, no.
Here's for everyone.
I just cannot even.
Technique, which involves creating a high-pressure environment for the suspect. Number 3, he was clinically evaluated as being highly suggestible, which means he'll not only be compliant, but he might spill out a false confession. And number 4, he had a low IQ, something that we talked about earlier. Unfortunately, the investigators ignored these 4 points, and they interrogated Brendan on 4 different occasions. Not all of the interrogations were recorded, so let's set the scene for you. On November 6th, 2005, just 3 days after Halbach was reported missing, Brian and Brendan, the 2 brothers, were stopped by 2 county detectives who seized the vehicle and asked to speak with them separately. Brendan, in one squad car with 2 police officers, was not advised of his Miranda rights because he was not under arrest, something they said to him clearly. The irony here is that he was told that he was not under arrest, yet the detectives seized the vehicle and towed it away. In the first 20 minutes of questioning, questioning, he first tells them that he didn't see Halbach on the afternoon of October 31st. But then the detective's tenor changes dramatically, and his questioning immediately turns into an interrogation. And while Dassey is clearly hesitant in sharing what he knows, O'Neill tells him, despite what O'Neill said, this statement was worthless, because this was technically a questioning, not
John Coffey from the real from
Green Mile.
Coffee, but not spelled the same. The coffee like the drink, but not spelled. Yeah, right. They drug in John Coffey and convinced him that he killed some people. That he set somebody on fire.
Oh my God.
Consider this. With an IQ of around 75, right? Homie may have actually believed it, and furthermore, may have had remorse for the action he never took.
Yeah.
That's a brain fuck for you. Do you want to talk about cruel and unusual punishment? That's usual.
Not an interrogation. Technically speaking, after 20 minutes, Dassey should have received his Miranda warnings at roughly the 20-minute mark of the interview. They now knew he was suspicious and had something to do with the case. Investigators left him alone for several months. But then in January of 2006, Kayla Avery, Stephen's daughter and Brendan's cousin, went to her counselor in school and said that she was scared because after Kayla's interview on February 20th, Brendan was interrogated for the second time on February 27th by investigators Mark Weigert and Tom Fassbender in a conference room at the school, without a lawyer or guardian present again. Throughout the first portion of the interrogation, both detectives questioned Dassey extensively on whether he saw body parts in the bonfire he attended.
Caleb, you said before you saw something in the fire. What did you see?
Describe where you saw them. Like on the side of the fire.
What's up, OG? Welcome in, bud. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming by. Yeah, no, this poor kid. They're fixing to exert multiple techniques of interrogation on a child with less than ideal mental circumstances.
Did it look like she was in one piece, or did it look like she was chopped up, or what did it look like?
In one piece.
After this, he's allowed to return to class at 2:14 p.m. Now we come to the last interrogation, which took place on the 1st of March 2006, or more specifically, the full confession. On that day, Detective Weigert and Fassbender removed Dassey from his high school at 9:50 a.m. and drove him to the Manitowoc Sheriff's Department. During their drive, the in-car audio captures their initial questioning, during which Dassey waives his Miranda rights. So far, you've heard us filling your ears about how this 16-year-old is being treated like an adult. Now, let us show you.
Absolutely. Let's see it. Why just have a seat, Brendan? Tom and I just got to stop out for a minute, and then we'll be right in, okay? Okay. All right.
Step one of the Reed technique is to create a high-pressured environment, which is why the detectives leave him for 5 minutes all alone.
All right. How you doing, buddy? Good. I'm just going to shut this audio off, okay, because there's audio in the room here, just so you know. Okay. I just wanted to just go over this real quick again. Do you remember these rights, your Miranda rights that I read you? You still want to talk to us? Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure of that.
I kind of call it, it's a sense debriefing in a way, just letting you talk to us a little. And we've had also a chance for 2 days now to look at what you said and listen to the tapes a little and stuff like that. And, we look at that and we say, well, Brendan honestly gave us this information, that information. Maybe I'll call them dots or whatever. I think we need some matching up here, just a little tightening up or something. We feel that
that's what she said.
Maybe I think Mark and I both feel that maybe there's some more that you could tell us that you may have held back for whatever reasons. And I want to assure you that Mark and I both are in your corner.
All right. Definite sign that this man has some possible learning disabilities is the short pants that are shorts and pants that you can put the pant legs under the shorts. And here's the thing. He still has them. You know how long I had the legs from my short pants? until I unzipped them the very first time, and then I lost one of them, and I never had them all together again, ever again. I mean, as course of things, and anything different is deviant, right?
Yeah.
We're on your side, and you did tell us yourself that one of the reasons you hadn't come forward yet was because you were afraid, you were scared, and one of the reasons you were scared was that you would be implicated in this, or people would say that you helped or did this, okay, and that you might get arrested and stuff like that, okay, and we understand that. One of the best ways to prove to us, or more importantly, the courts and stuff, is that you tell the whole truth.
Adding to his 5 minutes of alone time is the amount of promises and reassurances he's being given. The assurances of, we are on your side and we'll fight for you. They don't hold any worth in an interrogation, and again, fall under the Reed technique. Once again, if he had legal counsel available, or his parents, he would have done better than to say what he was about to say. Now, keep in mind that this is a 4-hour-long interrogation, so we're going to take you through some of the key parts.
Well, he was working on his car, and he did something wrong, and then he poked a hole in something, and then it started leaking. And then, because I was helping him before I went over there a little bit, later on I helped him move the car out of there and cleaned it up. And I went back home, and then later on I got a call from him, and he wanted me to come over.
Let's go back a little bit, okay? When did you first go over by Steve?
9 o'clock.
You said you were over in the garage helping him.
Yeah.
When was that?
6:30.
Okay. So let's go back, okay? Let's go back to around that time. You get home off the bus at about 3:45.
Yeah.
And what do you do? Now you got to be honest here.
I walked on the road and I go into my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you see at that time?
She was talking, or her car was over there.
Where was your car?
On the other side of where you drove by our house, where you turned there. It was on the other side of the road there, by the trees.
You just said something. You said she was talking. Remember, this is very important because we already know what happened that day, okay? Let's just be honest here, okay, Brendan? Let's get this out.
Use your memory, not what Steven told you, not what anyone else told you. Be honest, because we're gonna be able to tell when you're not being honest. I'm telling you that right now. So you're walking down the road. Let's pick it up again, okay?
The detectives keep telling him that they'll know when you're not being honest. This pressures Brendan even more to stick to the inconsistent story that he's been telling from the start, instead of the truth which he might recall later. Now he fears telling them otherwise.
I seen him talking to her on his porch and that, and I seen her Jeep there, and I walked in the house.
So she's standing, meaning she is Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
Did you recognize her?
Not at first.
You just knew it later on when this all came out?
Yeah.
So she's standing on his porch.
Mm-hmm.
Did Blaine see that?
I don't think.
The detectives point out the inconsistencies in his story, which should be the first sign of his lack of understanding in the interrogation. Once again, considering his low IQ, it's natural for him to have inconsistencies in remembering. Instead, the officers continue to question him on the pesky little details instead of checking his evaluation.
That morning, he said that if he wanted me to come over at 6:30, and he had the fire started. He wanted to burn some tires, and so he had it started, and
right,
the Jeep was still in there.
Whose Jeep?
6079 Smith W
in the garage.
07.
Monty's not in there.
Welcome
Whose
in,
car
bud. Good
was
to
in
see
the
you.
garage? Tell me the truth.
Pond. James Pond. For the P.
Her Jeep.
That's right.
Her Jeep was in the garage, wasn't it?
And you tell me if I'm wrong. When you were at the house, you just went over there because you had talked about it in the morning. Is that correct?
No, he's not talking
There was
about
no
this
call
case.
from Stephen asking you to come over, was there?
He's talking about another case.
Yeah.
Was the big door closed?
Mm-mm.
You're sure about that?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
well,
the big
welcome to
door
the
is open
COVID
and her
future.
truck is in there.
This is a
When you get
totally
over there.
hold on. This is
Right.
a totally other dystopian future. It's not 1984, but it's very similar in that everyone's watching you, but Big Brother is actually an AI and an algorithm. So it's a little different.
Her truck. Who are we talking about?
Well, if I wanted to come over later.
No, whose truck was in there?
Or the truck.
Yeah.
Her Jeep.
Who's her?
Teresa's.
Okay, and that Jeep is a what? Do you remember?
Like what color? Green. Like a greenish blue.
Okay. Is it drove in or is it backed into the garage?
It's backed in.
Now, let's be honest. What did he tell you? What did he show you? What did you see and what did he tell you?
He showed me the knife and rope.
Where was she? Come on, we know this already. Be honest.
In the back of the Jeep.
She was in the back of the Jeep. Was she alive or dead?
It's like Michael Myers' son.
Sure.
Stop being mean, bro.
This is hard.
This dude's gonna do life for something he never did.
She was laying there with like a
nice
small blanket over her.
Do you remember where her head was?
Not really.
Did she have clothes on?
Yeah.
She was clothed.
Yeah.
Was she tied up already? Or did you help her do that?
She was tied up already.
Where? Did Steve have any blood on him at that time?
On his finger.
Where did you see blood?
Like right here.
Where else in the garage?
On the floor.
A lot?
Like drips.
Yes. But he's going to confess. He
Where
is
was
currently
dripping from?
confessing to a crime he did not commit. He may have witnessed some part of it.
I don't know.
What did he tell you he did to her?
That he stabbed her.
Let's stop there for a second now, okay? How did she get in the back of the Jeep? Tell us that.
I don't know.
Did you help him?
No.
Let's be honest, your friend. If you helped him, it's okay. Because he was telling you to do it. You didn't do it on your own.
I didn't touch her.
So you get over into the garage, and the garage door's open, and her truck's in the garage, right?
Yeah.
And what does he say to you? Think about it and be honest.
That's when he threatened me. That if I would say anything, he like trusted me or something.
Why did he have you come over there? Did he need help with something? Remember, we already know, but we need to hear it from you. Why did he have you come over there? He needed help, didn't he? What did he need help with? Go ahead and tell us.
Probably to get rid of the body.
So, what Mark's saying is, did he call you and you come to the door and say, Brendan, what did he do?
He came over.
Tell us what he told or asked you to do.
He said, hey, Brendan, you want to help me do something?
And keep going.
He does seem to be exhibiting most of the signs. His attention to detail and his desire to please the people directly in front of him, his oddly open yet gated stance, the fact that he has rapidly become he appears fairly comfortable in doing this, as if he's made the decision to just tell them whatever the hell they want to hear. And I don't know, it's an absolute tragedy. It's a total tragedy. Very easily coerced.
For what?
Correct.
It was like for something to do in my garage.
Okay, keep going.
And I said,
what time did he come to your house?
I can't remember.
Okay, but he comes to your house and asks you if you want to do something, help him with something.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that again.
That he wanted me to come over there and help him move something.
Okay. Did he tell you what?
No.
Did you go over right away?
No, I waited 10 minutes.
Okay, so then you walk over and the garage door's open.
Yeah.
And what do you see again?
Her Jeep.
Okay. And you're sure the big garage door is open? You didn't go in the little door?
No.
So you see her Jeep, and then what happens? Does he what?
He opens the back door.
Okay. And what What does he say?
What's up, Logical Spock? He's
Someone
on your
told me
channel.
to help him.
Good to see you, bud.
Don't you ask him a question? Who is this? Or
Nanu.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what he said.
He said that it's a girl that kind of peed off at.
Why was he peed off at him? I think he probably told you. So just be honest. We already know.
He's obviously not holding anything back from you. He had you come over to see this. You mentioned earlier that's when he threatened you. Tell us that.
That he threatened me that if I would say anything, that he would stab me like he did to her, and that he was pissed off at her because of he wanted to get his blazer in the thing that like
What was that?
I was sneezing. I just sneezed.
the last time she was there, and he couldn't.
So he opens the back door of her truck and tell me what you see.
Her body laying there.
What could you see of her?
The truth now. As hard as it is, tell us the truth.
Her head, her body, her feet.
So she was not covered up? No, I didn't think so. See, we already knew that.
Did she have clothes on? To be honest.
Sort of.
In these 10 minutes, he went from saying, I didn't see her head, to I saw her head. He also said that Avery stabbed her, even though officers found gunshot wounds on the remains. He also said that the crime took place in Stephen Avery's garage, which he will later say it took place in Avery's house. Also, have you noticed how quick his responses become when the officers forcefully ask him a question and then give him choices? He chooses one of the answers after he's asked repeatedly. The detectives also keep saying that we know what happened, so don't tell us otherwise, which further pushes him to comply with one of the options the officers give him.
You said you saw Teresa's vehicle in Stephen's garage.
What's up, John Denicola? Welcome in, bud. Tickle that like button on your way through and see whether or not it returns to favor.
How did you see that?
With the front end of the door.
With what?
The front end was out of the door.
The front end was out of the door. So the big door was open, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay. And you did not see Teresa or Stephen? Oh, okay.
See how fast he responded when the officer gave him the choice? This should have been the first and largest sign that he's being coerced into not telling the truth, and instead telling the same thing he told them, even if it's not the truth. On that day, after his inconsistent and long confession, Brendan Dassey was charged as an accessory to first-degree homicide, sexual assault, and mutilation of a corpse. Want to know the weirdest part? He later recanted his confession in a letter to the trial judge where he wrote that he got most of his ideas from a book. He later charged that his first defense counsel collaborated with the prosecution to get Dassey to plead guilty in order to testify against Avery. The defense counsel was replaced. Dassey's appointed lawyer for the case was Len Kaczynski, and because he recanted his confession, he was interrogated again on the 13th of May, 2006. And guess what? His lawyer was not present, and neither were his parents. He once again was positioned in the room according to the Reed technique, and he was again coerced into repeating the confession he gave in the past.
First of all, Brendan, were you involved with the murder of Teresa Halbach? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Who else was involved with it?
Stephen.
Stephen who?
Avery.
Anybody else?
No.
That's the hard part. You've already admitted it. Okay, that's over.
The aggressiveness continues, and so does the inconsistent story. But this time, he's more silent and remorseful, even though he has no reason to be. Because Dassey's first appointed lawyer didn't appear with him during the May 13th interrogation, he was replaced by two public defenders. The trial began on April 16th, 2007, and lasted 9 days. The jury found Dassey guilty of first-degree intentional homicide, rape, and mutilation of a corpse. And even though he was only 17 years old, Dassey was tried and sentenced as an adult, and his intellectual limitations did not affect the jury's decision. He was sentenced to life in prison with eligibility for parole in 2048, and incarcerated at the Columbia Correctional Institution in Portage, Wisconsin, a maximum security prison. After Netflix released the docu-series titled Making a Murderer in December of 2015, which revolved around his case, the case gained a wide international audience. It even compelled Netflix to make a second version of the series revolving around the post-conviction process for Dassey and his family. In December of 2015, petitions were submitted for the investigation of the police officers who interrogated Dassey. And in January of 2016, on the federal government's We the People website, rallies in support of the exoneration of Dassey were held in the United States, London, Manchester, Melbourne, Sydney, and Perth. Supporters have been communicating with him via letters and contributing to his prison commissary. Because of his good character and behavior in the prison, he was moved to the Oshkosh Correctional Institution, which is a medium security prison. But the fact is that Brendan Dassey's case is a shameful case study of how forced coercion and the use of the Reed technique compelled him to make a low IQ confession, which again is the only thing against him, and get locked up for life. Because of this case, Illinois passed a bill in 2021 banning police from lying to children during interrogation. Since then, 4 more states, California, Utah, Delaware, and Oregon, have passed similar bans on deception during interrogation. While the struggle to free Brendan is still ongoing, his case is taught in law schools across the United States to illustrate how adult police interrogation techniques compelled this poor boy to release a false confession. And as always, thanks for watching.
That way you have to do 20.
Absolutely.
It might be easier with that, seriously.
But these
easier.
aren't the greatest.
It's just like
it totally just fought for it. All right, so
That's sad. I didn't see. I never watched that. I did not know that that's what that was about. Like that's and then to find out that that's here, that's heartbreaking.
Let me grab the link to this one over here. Let's see
Makes me want to slap his parents.
that. Yeah, really. I kind of just want to take them out behind the woodshed because they're not good parents.
No, they're not.
I mean, if they were, they would definitely be there with their kid.
Yeah,
All right.
really.
We're going to kind of speed run this one a little bit because homie's absolutely shot out, deranged, and guilty as refried sin yet again.
Okay.
In this case, I believe the man might actually be guilty.
Okay.
You know, because I mean, you'll get the idea once you see how he acts and interacts with the cops, right?
I fight. I might be little, but I can fight though. I can fight, you feel me? Since I was 15, I've been fighting in the prison system, you feel me?
I got you. Let's just take a picture with you.
What you talking about, dog? Right here, look, take it. Get it good. Wait, get the loyalty true. Get the loyalty.
The loyalty true.
No, wait. Get everything, so shit, you know everything, you feel me? Cameras and shit, dog.
Hell yeah, there's cameras, you know that. After my Lord. So I ain't beating you up no shit.
No, I'm straight with you. I don't with all these cameras on you other people. You straight, you being straight, you feel me?
This is Robert Alvarez, a 19-year-old who baffled interrogators when he was brought in on June 17, 2010 at the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. Come along as we unravel the mystery of this young man. On June 8, 2010 in Boca Raton, police encountered 3 young men in a suspicious vehicle on the Northeast Spanish Trail, which turned out to be a stolen Jeep. The situation escalated when the driver, 19-year-old Robert Alvarez, rammed the police car.
Jesus Christ.
The 17-year-old Ramon Rosario was shot by Officer Shannon Wendlick after allegedly raising a handgun at the officer. Robert attempted to drive away, but crashed into a driveway and escaped on foot. 20-year-old Angel Machado and 17-year-old Ramon Rosario were arrested on charges of aggravated assault and home invasion robbery. Robert Alvarez was arrested 2 days later as a potential third suspect in the case. As a result, Robert found himself in handcuffs, facing a questioning session and undergoing DNA testing to determine his potential involvement in the case.
I'm going to read your rights before. I got a search warrant here for you. So right now, I'm going to have to read your rights first, okay? You understand that?
Yeah.
What's your name, Robert Alvarez?
Yup.
What's your date of birth, Robert?
12/03/90.
And where you living now?
I'm living 2103 21st
All
Lane.
right. So the next point where he starts getting weird.
And where would that be? You okay?
You can put him where you want. You feel me? You got me locked in shit. So.
Right here.
And when he opened his mouth, it got even more strange.
Okay, bro. I just need some water.
Need some
You
water.
can keep this shit behind me. I just need some water, bro.
Why you need water?
Water.
Water.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm straight, but I'm saying I got asthma. You feel me? I need something to drink. I'm thirsty, dog. Yeah, they just put me through hell, scratching me all on the ground and shit. I need some water, dog.
All right, we'll get you some more. You get a handcuff key. We're gonna put the cuffs in front of you, okay?
You can put them where you want. You feel me? You got me locked in shit, so shit, I can't go nowhere. So shit.
In this section of the interrogation, you can see him talking casually like he's at a party, not an interrogation room with cuffs on.
Right.
His choice of words is more laid back and casual than what you would expect from a person in his position. It's like he's trying way too hard to put up an act. This can be a sign of him keeping up a brave face. Detective Van Houten, on the other hand, uses a tactic where he assures Robert that his handcuffs will be positioned in front, aiming to provide reassurance and establish a positive rapport.
Yeah.
So I got a search warrant for you, okay?
Okay, I want to know what everything's for.
Okay. Search warrant's for your DNA.
Okay, my DNA for what?
Now, the next point where this gets pretty freaking weird too.
Well, not done. I'm gonna take your saliva.
All right, then you go ahead and take the saliva and do it, y'all.
Smooth and keeps things under control.
I ain't gonna do nothing, man. Go ahead, look.
Where's it at?
Offered water,
I wanna
suggesting
get
that
to
the detective
argument.
might spit it.
He has this argument about the freaking hairs, how many hairs they get to pull.
They can take, ain't it the 3?
Oh no, they get clumps. They get clumps of hairs. So I mean, it's like 100.
Damn.
Because there's a good long stretch of this where he's just fussing back and forth about whether or not he's going to give it up. But you know he's going to give it up.
Yeah, they gonna get it. If they got a warrant to get it, they're definitely gonna get it.
Homie comes up, starts crowding up on him. But through this whole conversation, you see his body language over there. He's just as laid as a cucumber.
Yeah.
My man ain't putting up no huge nothing. Right?
No, he's laid back as chill as hell.
Phone number to the police. This is a trick some people use to make themselves seem like they've got morals. Robert is really working hard to convince the police that he respects the law, especially because he had already done time in juvenile services before.
Ready?
No, give me 1 second.
Typically, the warrant calls for.
I'm just saying, I ain't no criminal. Am I a criminal?
The warrant calls for a patch from the head, a patch from the groin, and then some other source, which will be fucking probably your nose, possibly your ears. They're just trying to be sure they get follicles.
That's if you swim, you swim
Yeah.
over?
I know.
Can't swim. You want to joke? We're joking, right?
Hey, something's wrong with your camera. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Why don't you show us some tats for
We
it,
don't
too?
got a macro lens on there, so don't try too hard, but not even
shit.
working out and all, but come on, man.
No shit, we can tell.
I know.
They hitting on him? Sounds like they're hitting on
I don't
him.
know. That's a little weird. Yeah.
He's smiling. He's like, look at my grill.
All 16
All
of them.
16?
All 16 of them.
Got a little food in one.
Now,
Bruh.
not do me.
Oh my God.
With his mouth. They want him to eat.
This unusual back and forth continues for a few more minutes until the crime scene expert arrives to take Robert's photo and hair samples. During this whole time, Robert doesn't miss a beat and keeps cracking jokes left and right. But when the detectives respond with similar humor, he doesn't take it well and gets offended. It's pretty clear that there is a big difference in how he reacts to the serious legal accusations compared to the lighter insults from the detectives. This might suggest that his initial reactions to the legal accusation were not genuine.
Can you turn back around?
Yeah, no, he takes offense to the little things to show that he's not sweating the charges. The charges are artificial. They don't matter.
Come on,
But
bro.
you need to respect me.
Then a little bit.
Okay.
Locked up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Facts detected.
All right, you want all the tats done too?
Yeah, might as well.
They got them already.
They got them already.
Yeah, they got them.
All
They
of
got
them?
them. All. Yeah, they got them all. They got
Let's
them all.
get death struck. Because when it gets killed, I want to put it on his grave.
Yeah, no.
Seriously, we got to put it in our book. We got that's a good.
That's a creative.
That is pretty cool.
You know.
Look, why y'all
unique
trying to
tattoo.
play jokes on me, bro? That's not
I'm
funny,
trying
bro.
to
You
show
just said
this
about
is
that,
common
bro.
practice for us to photograph people's tattoos.
But they got
Oh, they're going to have to photograph my tattoo. That's hilarious.
This thing about we're not allowed to be in the same room.
Okay, look, I'm just gonna pull it. I'm not showing nothing. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
then
not
I'll just turn my
disrespectful.
back.
I'm not
Okay, I
disrespectful.
understand that, sir.
For no woman, you feel me? I'm not like that.
That's good to hear.
Okay.
Robert's unique personality manages to amuse the detective as he proudly shows off his 16 gold-plated teeth, insisting on keeping his mouth wide open for display, showing absolutely no respect for the severity of the case. However, things take a turn when they ask him to reveal his tattoos for photographs. He throws a tantrum, claiming he has already given them photos of those tattoos. This constant disruption is something that Robert is using to distract detectives from cornering him. He keeps on using this strategy to dodge the questions of the detective and distract them by keeping them busy on addressing his tantrums. With sharp tones of instruction, the detectives put him in lines and make him comply with the rules.
I need it from 5 areas on your head.
Okay, so which one?
Should just point. We'll point to what
I'll point to where it
This-
is.
all right,
The only thing is,
so this entire sequence here is completely contrived as a delay tactic and nothing else. Check out how far this guy goes to basically muddy the waters on what they can and cannot do.
I need a root on the hair. I need like 20 hairs from each section.
Hell no.
Oh yes. If you
Hell
don't do
no.
it, then I'm gonna have to do it.
20 hairs.
And it's got to be the ball.
Hair is
They're
like
tiny, man.
Hell no, bro.
When
That's
you do,
20
when you
hairs,
do one
bro.
time, you look like me, and you'll be all done.
20 hairs, bro, from each section, bro.
Yeah, but
That's
you know what that is?
fast.
That's
That's
like
fast. That ain't nothing.
How do you know that's 20?
like a million hairs on your head. It's
Hell no, that's 20 hairs, bro. That's a fucking lot of pulling.
It's actually 5 seconds. It's actually 100
when you do
hairs.
this, look, when you just do this, that's
Oh
20
my
hairs.
god, bro. 20 hairs, bro. That's a lot of hairs, bro.
It's a lot
And
of
on my
hairs.
pubic hair.
Yeah, the girls,
Yes.
the
Come
girls will
on,
love
bro.
it. You won't have no hair down there.
I barely got any. I be shaving down there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I shaved down. I ain't gonna lie to you, though. I shaved down there. You feel me? There's no disrespect. I'm not.
Oh, that's fine. None taken.
It's
We
just-
just need to get this done. So the option is you
Just
can
do
pull
it.
it
Let's
yourself.
do it and let's get it.
It's usually easier for you to pull it than for me to pull
You
it.
know what? Do it one time. You'll see how little it is. For real.
How? Where you want it then?
Okay, you
Why
take.
can't? Damn, dog. You ain't
Look,
got a
right
barber.
in front of your-
Can y'all give me a haircut?
No, it has to be at
We have to have the
bald.
root. We have to have the
Have to have the
follicle on the
root.
hair.
Okay, we're gonna do it like this here.
Okay, I need no.
No,
you have
that's
to
gotta
pull it
work.
out. You have to pull it out of
They
your
need
scalp.
the bulb.
How do
I
you
need-
do that?
I need
Okay,
the
you
hair.
do it.
Okay.
Yo,
You know, she
Okay.
fixes to snatch a knot out of his ass.
it's gonna hurt.
No, it
Yeah,
ain't
it's
gonna
gonna
hurt.
hurt
Not
like
even
hell.
like
You're a tough
excruciating,
guy.
but I'm pulling hair out.
You're a
I don't
tough
want you to
guy.
like
Come
punch
on.
me in response.
I'm
or something.
I'm
No,
not gonna
no,
hit
don't
you. I
be
won't hit
hitting
you.
her
Look, I swear to God, look. I want you to know. Look, man, I ain't finna hurt you or touch you in no
He's
type
such
of way.
a thug.
I'm
I'm
not
fine
gonna
with
do
He's
that.
so
I'm just,
hardcore.
people
Okay,
sometimes
look,
have a
I'ma
reflex
do this-
action
look,
where
I'ma
they
do
hit
this- yeah,
your
I'ma
arm
do this
out.
here for
She
you.
don't want to
Look,
be a jerk reaction, you know.
I'm not gonna. I got a moment. God damn.
No,
It doesn't bleed.
it doesn't bleed. Come here, you're
Yeah.
fine. We're not even done yet. Your hair is so short.
Chill, man. I'm tripping, dog.
You want to try tweezers?
No.
Well, that way you have to
Okay.
do 20 individual. It might be easier with that.
I say we just
Oh,
cut
that's
it.
But these
easier.
aren't the greatest.
It's just like
Why you can't take it from here?
We got to do that too.
Just take them off from here. Take 50 of them
It's
from
different
here.
hairs.
We
and
have to have different
parts
types of
your body.
hairs and different. Yeah, like your pubic hair is different from the hair on your head.
So how many parts of my body you gotta get?
15.
What?
15.
Well, we're not going to do the nose though, so don't worry about it.
No, I'm saying.
Or the ears. We're gonna see.
Mm.
Look, 20 from the head.
Well, actually, 20 from 5 different sections on your head. So I need 100
Come
from your
on,
head.
bro.
Let's do
Correct?
this, man.
Come
Come
on,
on.
yeah, I want to get out of here.
Yeah,
I wanna
yeah,
go home.
yeah.
We're going home. We're
I
getting
got
this
a
shit
shit
over with.
Let's get going.
We get to go over.
The sooner we get done, the sooner
Come
you get to
on,
leave.
bro. Come on,
We could have
bro.
been done already with one section. Could have been done.
We've
Seriously.
been finished.
Come on, bro. Why
Come
we
on,
can't?
The moral of this story is everybody's a thug till they start pulling your pubic hairs out.
Yeah, and they want to pull it out. You got to have that little tiny hair follicle on the end of it, and if they don't get it, then it don't count, and they got to get another one. That matters.
Why you
The
can't
warrant
shave
said
it?
it.
Because when you shave it, you're cutting the hair, you're not getting the follicle or the root, which is what we need. You know, have you ever pulled out a hair and it has that little white thing on the end? That's the root. We need that.
That's the bubble.
We get a glimpse of an interesting side of Robert. He cracks a pretty basic joke about the hair sample collection, but what's noteworthy is that he quickly apologizes to the female crime scene expert to ensure she isn't uncomfortable. In fact, when the crime scene expert comes to get the hair samples, Robert says that he won't harm her in any way. This trait is common in many criminals. It might seem surprising, especially considering the crime he was potentially connected to, but it is.
I don't think it is surprising, because every single one of those really super hardcore thugs, you know, has a little niece or nephew or a cousin or somebody that is just the absolute apple of that man's eye, and he would utterly astound you to watch him walk in and do baby noises to somebody. These people have sisters too. And they love their sisters. So it's just, oh God, this is just too much.
Hard to differentiate if he is actually putting moral here or he is putting up a show. Robert Alvarez faced charges related to the Boca Raton shootout, and as his trial began in 2012, he found himself facing additional charges from another case that took place in the same year. On April 30th, 2010, a tragic robbery occurred at a Green Acre Circle K convenience store, resulting in the fatal shooting of two employees, Ralston Muller and Michael Bennett, over a mere $71. The investigation led the police to Marshayla Garland through CCTV footage of the nearest parking lot of the store. She revealed that on that fateful night, her friend Robert Alvarez asked for a ride around 10 p.m. near the Circle K. After picking up another friend named Darnell Raz, they ended up at the store's parking lot. Robert and Darnell, both dressed in black with a book bag, exited the car without explanation. When they returned, Darnell was armed with a big gun, and their agitated demeanor prompted them to urgently instruct Garland to leave the scene. Robert had been convicted for the murder of two Circle K clerks in Green Acres back in 2010, although that conviction was later overturned. On March 1st, 2016, Robert Alvarez received a life sentence after being declared guilty in a West Palm Beach courtroom. The sentence came after a series of trials and mistrials, and the jury decided to consider the circumstantial evidence to offer judgment of the two murders at Circle K robbery case, along with the aggravated assault in the Boca Raton case. His demeanor remained devoid of emotion as the jury delivered its verdict, and when given the opportunity to address the judge, he responded with, "I'm good. I'm straight. I'm fine." What sets this case apart is the personality of Robert Alvarez. His behavior during interrogation, characterized by a curious mix of casual indifference and frequent agitation, baffled detectives. However, justice was served with the relentless efforts of the investigators. This interrogation highlights a crucial aspect of the importance of providing children with a supportive and nurturing environment for their growth. It's evident that Robert didn't have the right guidance in his life, which led him to indulge in activities that are illegal and violent. What do you think about the bizarre nature of Robert? Do you have more cases that have unique suspects?
He is fronting so hard. So hard. Why can I not hear you?
Maybe he's the one. Like Neo.
He's the one. No.
Well, he's doing all that gangsta thug stuff. He's doing all the hood rat stuff with his friends.
Yeah, fuck that.
I agree. You want to tell everybody bye?
Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight while we sit here and watch people do illegal stuff and claim that they're sovereign beings, which is the opposite of what they were doing.
Absolutely hilarious. I appreciate y'all. Much love. I'm going to go hang out with Flow State here in a few minutes right after eating some pizza. Y'all have a lovely evening.
3, 2, 1.